Hello, my name is Karolina Holub, and I'm the coordinator of the Croatian Digital Library Development Center at the National and University Library in Zagreb. In this talk, I will tell you a story about the Croatian Web Archive, how we started, talk about our workflows, and share with you our plans for the future. As you probably know, Croatia is a small country with approximately 4 million inhabitants. So in relation to that, our DNS service in 2019 registered over 106,000 .hr domains, and last year over 111 thousands .hrs. So it's a rather small number, but that's how it is. So how we started archiving the web. The basis was the loan libraries from 1997, where a legal deposit was included, and where it is stated that the National and University Library has the obligation to collect and to preserve the online publications among other types of resources. 2 years ago, the new law on libraries and library activities came into force. It included websites as legal deposits, and it legally bound publishers to deliver national and university library metadata and data. Additionally, the Croatian legal deposit regulations that entered into force last year describe in detail how to manage the web and digital resources. The law on libraries from 1997 was the reason that the library in 1998 started to catalog Croatian web resources, but unfortunately those resources were not archived, and many valuable websites are gone for good. It took time before the National and University Library could begin implementing legal obligations due to its inadequate technical infrastructure. Things changed in 2004, where the National and University Library in Zagreb, in collaboration with the University of Zagreb University Computing Center, CERCE, developed Croatian Web Archive with the goal to establish a system for collecting and archiving the legal deposit copy of Croatian publications on the internet. We started to archive the web selectively. The user interface at that time was embedded in the library website. So in 2011, a new user interface was developed, and we started to crawl the entire .hr domain and create thematic collections. 2 years ago, the library launched the Croatian Web Archive launched the new interface. Today, Croatian Web Archive is using 3 ways of harvesting, of archiving: selective, .hr crawl, and thematic or event crawls. So the archive started with selective approach, which means that the content that is significantly or culturally relevant is picked from the web according to the selection criteria for cataloging and archiving of the legal deposit copy of web resources related to the Croatian content, publisher, author, domain, or language. The selective archiving workflow starts with identification. That is a search for new resources or a notification of on new resources from the publishers or website owners. Continues with selection, followed by cataloging and archiving. The tasks, the basis is the interaction between the library catalog and the library system and the archiving system. That means that the predetermined resource metadata that are previously cataloged is automatically transferred from the library system Aleph to Hub archiving system, where the archiving process starts. Once a week, the National and University Library is assigning the persistent identifiers, URN and BNs, and to each title and to each archived copy. After archiving, every publisher or website owner is notified about archiving, and is notified about archiving of their website and given a choice to be or not publicly available. That means that access to the archived copy is without restriction. Access to the archived copy is without restrictions in most cases, but when the access is denied, the publisher by the publisher, minimum level of access to the resource is available. That means one authorized user within the library in a controlled environment. The content in Croatian Web Archive is indexed, and full text search is enabled. The content can be searched by title, by any word in URL, or browsed by subject. For the interoperability purposes, Hub has an OAI PMH interface with metadata from selective archive and described in Dublin core schema. In order to broaden the Croatica collection, Hub started to harvest the national domain in 2011. The harvesting process differs from selective archiving because the content is not cataloged and there is no interaction between library system and archiving system. The process begins with a seed list of URLs of all active.hr domains provided by our DNS service Carnet. Then a robot developed by Srce checks if an active website really exists behind the domain name. When the final seed list is created, the harvesting starts. Due to the storage challenges before the real harvesting, adjustment is required. So that means that the depth is limited to 4, the maximum number of resources per host is 50,000. We are respecting robot.txt rules. The depth is embedded. The depth for embedded resources is 3, etc. Harvesting is conducted annually with the crawler heritrix, and the content is displayed in Open Wayback. To make our archived collection more comprehensive, we are building the thematic collection since 2011. Thematic harvestings include most common topics on and themes like important national and political events, occurrences whose materials tends to disappear quickly from the web, as well as some unexpected situation in the world of politics, in the world of or natural disasters like earthquakes. The initial seed list of web pages are manually selected by half staff, but public considerations but public nominations are also taken into consideration, and articles, parts, and complete web pages, blogs, personal web pages are selected. We are cataloging thematic collections in our information in our library system in Mark 21 format on a collection level, and on the Hub portal. Each thematic collection has several metadata: title, size, extent, number of seeds or URLs, and a short description. Thematic harvesting is carried out with Web Curator tool, Heritrix, and displayed in Open Wayback. So far, we have 10 crawls of the entire .hr domain, and at the moment we are preparing our 11th crawl. We have 20 thematic collections of important national events. There are over 8,200 archived titles that are also available in the catalog, and over 87,000 archived instances. The collaboration with public libraries this year resulted with 4 local history collections that will soon be available on the House portal. On the screen, you can also see 2 charts. Chart on the left side shows a percentage of the size of the archived content in relation to different archiving approaches. And the one on the right side shows the increase of .hr harvesting in comparison to the whole size of the archive. So in total, we have over 100 terabytes of archived content. Our ongoing project is the collaboration with public libraries with the goal to include more local content. We are also in the process of choosing the new tool for selective archiving. And at the moment, we are working on the plan to start archiving the social media. We will start with Twitter. And of course, we will publish a number of data sets and continue the collaboration with researchers. Thank you for your attention.